7:54. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Well, Valentine's Day is just around the corner, but many Canadians are not in love with their loved ones' financial habits. And we welcome back to the program Craig Friesick from BDO Debt Solutions, and here with some money pet peeves, what people are hiding. There's a survey, and the results are in.
They're in. We talked about it, and, people are surprisingly not talking about their debts. There's a lot of pet peeves out there that some couples are dealing with. So, many people are worried about their couples, their partners saving, where they're spending their money, their lack of budgeting, and their lack of putting money away for a rainy day or if something happens.
Okay, so we have a graph here, and the percentages, are maybe not surprising in that overspending is at the top with 43% indicating that these are the debt confessions and the pet peeves in your relationship. Not saving enough for long-term goals, not keeping track of spending, lack of financial knowledge at 22%. And so with that, there's sort of an overarching, a broad spectrum that people aren't talking. What are people hiding?
Well, that's just it. They're hiding lots of things. So credit card statements and spending habits and online shopping. Those are the main ones that come up. But you touched on a really good point. People aren't talking about it. I think the polls showed that 99% of us think that couples should deal with financial problems together. But there's about 40% of us, maybe even a little bit more, that aren't talking to their partner, their spouse, about financial issues and problems that they're facing. So we've got a serious problem here.
We do, and we're going to offer some solutions. But why do you think it is that people aren't speaking about these problems?
I think part of it with the boomers, that it was just taboo. You didn't speak about your earnings. You didn't talk about money with anybody. It was just something that was personal. I think that's changing. Millennials now are talking a lot more about it. 50% of those guys are talking to their spouse about it. It's tough. Talking about money is tough. People have some shame around their habits. There's some guilt. So I think bringing it up with your partner is really difficult. And, from experience, it's often sometimes heated at first.
Right, yeah. It can become emotional. But with that, what solutions do you have in terms of how people can broach the topic?
Yeah, one partner is probably going to be a little bit more self-aware. So it's up to them to bring that up. If they're worried about the money or the spending, I had some people that were in the other day that I was helping, a couple that was going through something very similar, and one brought it up, just said, hey, I've got this, my banking app has budgeting on it. Can we talk about it? Can you help me with this? People love helping their spouse.
Sure.
So that was a good way, I thought, to segment into starting it. I really recommend like a date night, getting some
debt date night.
A debt date night. There, it's beautifully. It's
Maybe
coined.
It's a free date.
Free date. Make some nachos, do some foot rubs, whatever it takes to get that conversation going. I think you need to reward yourself when you're dealing with things that are difficult like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you rip the debt Band-Aid, you must see the result on the other side. What benefits do people have once they actually, come out into the open and say, I carry this debt, I need to pay off my credit card?
Yeah. I think it's a great couple building exercise. Hey, we're working off paying your debts and my debts together. We've got goals, and you're saving for something, right? That's part of the whole budgeting process, is planning to do something. We want to go on a trip to Turkey, or buy a car, or something even more simple like a date every week or something like that. But you're putting money aside so that it can really build your relationship up.
Yeah, and serve you both in the end. Okay, great information and great tips as always. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you
for making the drive in as well.